I'm not bad for having big feelings. I'm not bad for feeling bad. At least that's what I've been telling myself. It is a beautiful Friday morning, and I'm walking on a nearby trail before I have to head into work. And I wanted to talk about something that I've been struggling with. I've actually struggled with it my whole life, but it's been flaring up a lot lately, I guess, which is blaming myself and shaming myself for having big, strong, tough, unpleasant feelings. And this self-shame can be pretty sneaky at times. Half the time, I don't even know I'm doing it until I'm like deep into an internal, just sort of background noise, self-shaming session, whatever you want to call it. And often when I realize that I'm shaming myself, guess what I start to do? I start to shame myself for shaming myself. And sometimes, if I'm in a really bad headspace, I'll shame myself for shaming myself for shaming myself. Whoa, that's a lot of layers. And yeah, it's a little embarrassing to talk about, but that's how my brain is. And lately I've been in an era, so to speak, of wanting to be honest. I'm in my honesty era, which means like instead of trying to pretend that I'm different, whatever that looks like, I want to embrace who I am. And it's okay to struggle. It's okay to have things that I'm struggling with, is what I'm reminding myself. And I want to remind you too, because that's such a big part of being human. It's a big part of life. There are so many things to struggle with in this life. And there's trauma, and there's fucked up, unfair things happening in the world. And there's just life is difficult, just in general. And life is beautiful. It's that paradox. And so it's, I think, worth it to get to those times where we are gonna feel good. It's worth it to persevere through the times that don't feel good. And here's the thing, if we're gonna feel bad, which we are, because that's part of life and that's part of being human, let's try not to make it worse for ourselves by beating ourselves up for it. And I'm saying this gently to myself and to whoever's watching. Because, gentleness, compassion, more gentleness, more compassion for ourselves and for others is, I think really, really important. I'm gonna switch arms because this one is getting tired. Yeah, this morning I'm feeling okay. And that's a reminder that, oftentimes these bad feelings don't last forever. And when we have bad feelings, it doesn't mean that we're doing something wrong. I often feel like I'm doing something wrong for not feeling just peaceful and content, no matter what's going on. So one way that I'm able to access some self-compassion is by reminding myself that I'm not bad for feeling bad. And look, it would be great to get out of the good-bad binary altogether and to just be like, I just am. I'm just existing. This is just a feeling that I'm having. And it's not good, it's not bad, it's just neutral. It's just a thing. But that is very much not accessible for me right now. My brain is way too, it's way too ingrained for me, good versus bad, and seeing everything that way. I was raised in Christian fundamentalism, so everything was good, bad. So that's very ingrained from childhood. So maybe someday that's maybe the next step on the mental health journey. Okay, I thought maybe there was someone walking behind me, but it's probably just a little animal. There's a lot of beautiful wildlife out here. Little birds and little lizards. Nature is so healing, you know? I am always reminded of that every time I get out in nature. It's much easier to be self-compassionate out here. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. And it's okay if what makes you feel overwhelmed is not what makes someone else feel overwhelmed. You know, we don't have to be comparing ourselves to others all the time. Just because something works for someone else and not for us, that's okay. There are just so many things that feel like it's not okay to me, and I have to remind myself it's okay. And it's okay that those things don't feel okay. That's another thing. You know, all of these reminders can make you feel silly and they can feel trite, but I know that simple reminders help me so much when I'm able to give them to myself. So I'm just gonna put one foot in front of the other today. I'm gonna take each moment as it comes. Damn, I feel like a motivational calendar, but that's okay. And I'm not bad for feeling bad. I'm just fine. And I'm worthy of giving myself self-compassion. And so are you.